Hey, what's up, crew? So we're going to be doing a little bit of gaming on the Google Pixel Fold right here, and I'm just going to be talking while I'm gaming. So, you know, this thing is obviously capable of running pretty much every game that you throw with it. It's rocking the Tensor 2 chip, which is known for overheating a little bit for some of the people that have been using Pixel devices with I don't know, the Google Pixel 6, 7, 7 Pro, 6 Pro, you know, things like that. The Fold has the same chip in it. Obviously the 6 and the 6 Pro had the Gen 1, which did kind of have the same thermal issues, but you know, when I first, you know, unboxed this device, I was actually loading up all my apps. I noticed it was getting hot, but then I did a software update and it kind of fixed some of those thermal issues. Now I still got to use the camera outdoors to see how it will operate in, you know, 90-degree temperatures and things of that sort, but it definitely will get a little bit warm from time to time. So that's pretty much all I had to say when it comes to the heating issues. Is obviously if you have a case on this device, another thing I noticed right now, I'm using a case while I'm gaming, and you can't actually feel the heat on the back of the phone when you're using a device with a case on the back of it. So that's something that I just want to throw out there, because when I had the case on, I didn't feel nothing, no heat, nothing like that. As soon as I took it off, it was a little bit warm, but for the most part, it stayed at a reasonable heat, so it didn't feel like it was gonna be burning your hand throughout the entire time you were using it. And if you did feel that way, you can obviously throw a case on there, but it did run Genshin Impact, you know, very smoothly. There wasn't any lags whatsoever. Obviously you could use it with the smaller outer display, or you could use it with the bigger inner display on pretty much any game. And a lot of the things you're going to notice about this device when you're using it for gaming is that it's going to fill the entire screen, which is cool. And so every single game that I tested so far ran with the full screen. It didn't run with like a cutoff display or anything like that, which is awesome, because you want to take advantage of the full landscape, the full size of the display. You want to be able to use the whole entire thing. And so a game like this, which is actually a low graphics game, actually runs really nice on here. It's got really beautiful colors. Everything seems to pop. You also do get, you know, some pretty decent storage on this thing. So it's giving you a nice storage to work with. Obviously games like Genshin Impact, they're going to require, you know, a tremendous amount of storage, but like I said, it's gonna basically give you enough storage that you can use out of the box, so that you won't, you know, get too you know, overrun when it comes to the apps that you're downloading. And so when I downloaded Genshin Impact on this device, that thing was a huge size as far as the file, because when I looked at the storage on here, I looked inside of the apps that I had downloaded, and Genshin Impact was the biggest file at like 20 gigabytes. So it was pretty crazy when it came to the file size. So that's pretty much what's taking up a majority of my storage on here. But obviously you're gonna get 256 with this thing when it comes to the storage, which is a pretty decent amount of storage, generous amount of storage. So, you know, Genshin Impact is like 25 gigabytes, then PUBG is like 2.56, which is why probably after I show you the gameplay on here, I'm gonna delete Genshin Impact just so I could free up that 25 gigabytes again. But I just wanted you guys to see how it looked when I was playing on here. But obviously a lot of the games is going to run really nice, especially with the aspect ratio of this device, and you can obviously game on the outer or inner display, but I just wanted to show you what it looked like on that bigger display, because it is a gorgeous panel. It has some beautiful colors to it, and this display looks really good. It folds, you know, pretty much flat when you know, give it that extra, like when you kind of pull it outward a little bit more, because when you first open it up, it's not going to look flat. Then you got to like do it again and kind of gently like expand it a little bit more, and then that's when you're gonna get, you know, that flat folding look to it, which is basically when you sit it on a table, you don't want it to rock. So you can obviously get this with 128 or 256. I got the 256, and it has a 4821 milliamp hour battery, which is like close to 5,000, which is for a folding phone, that's going to be a big battery, and it's going to definitely hold up when it comes to like a full day of use. So you know, I was pretty impressed with it. The weight on this phone is about 283 grams, so it's definitely going to be, you know, a little bit. Look, on a piece of paper, when you read that, you think the device is going to be extremely heavy, but after using it, it doesn't feel too heavy. It's got a 120 hertz refresh rate with an OLED panel, and the panel that folds is 1,000 nits, 7.6 inches, 82.7 screen to body ratio with 1840 times 2208, 378 pixels per inch. Now, when we're talking about the cover display, it's an OLED panel as well, 120 hertz with the Corning Gorilla Glass Victus on there. And that Corning Gorilla Glass Victus, I got a nasty scratch on it, so I definitely have a screen protector on it now, so I don't get like multiple scratches on it that look like that, because it was like fingernail deep. But it's got a 5.8 inch outer display, 1080 by 2092, and 408 pixels per inch with 1200 nits brightness, and it peaks at 1550 nits depending on if you have it on auto brightness and stuff like that. So, you know, I was enjoying the overall user experience when gaming. It's also got loudspeakers that are stereo speakers. There's no headphone jack on here, so I just want to mention that, but it does have Bluetooth 5.2, and it has a pretty decent charging speed at like, I think it maxes out at 30 watts or something like that. But you know, I've been using the device all day. I didn't have to charge it unless I was to this morning I forgot to charge it, and so when I woke up it was at like 30%. So obviously I'm gonna need to charge it at that point so I can get through a whole day. You know, it does have a really good feel in the hand. The sides of the hinge all around the phone when it's closed are going to be glossy, very glossy. It's going to attract fingerprints. When it's charging, the phone will feel hot in the hand, so I just want to mention that. But as long as you have a case on it and you throw a case on there, it's going to be, you know, you could still use it while it's charging, but I wouldn't recommend holding it in the hand while it's charging with the screen on, because that is going to get hot. So if you wanted to actually use it, just throw a case on there. But if you don't mind a little bit of warmth, then obviously, you know, you could still use it, right? But I just want to mention that, kind of like let you know my experience and everything like that. So, you know, it's been rocking out games very well. It's been performing when it comes to the gaming. It's been pretty solid. I haven't had any issues with any lag, anything like that. All the games that I did put on here ran really nice. And so what really makes this fun for gaming is the fact that it's a very slim device. It doesn't it's not too big in the hand, it's not too bulky. It might feel heavy at first, but then once you get your hands on it, that's not gonna really be a big issue, because it's gonna feel solid in the hand, and the weight distribution is actually really good. So it doesn't feel top or bottom heavy. It has a nice even, you know, weight to it as well, and matte back on there, so it's gonna feel nice. But you know, I threw a case on here 99.9% of the time, just because I opted out of the insurance for this device, just because as long as I have a case and a screen protector, I pretty much don't break phones. I've had the same phones for years, and I haven't really, the only thing I've managed to do is get scratches on the screens when I'm carrying them back and forth, maybe in a pocket with some keys by accident, or like there's something sharp in my bag or something like that, and it kind of scratches the screen, which actually happened to the outer display on this one. So definitely put a tempered glass on there. But you know, the specs on this device when it comes to like the overall performance that you're getting is really good. You're getting the gyroscope, proximity sensor, compass. I don't think there's any like built-in gaming modes on this device. I haven't really found anything that optimizes this phone when it comes to gaming like Samsung and OnePlus have. When you're using their devices, they have like a built-in gaming mode set up so that it's gonna basically optimize the performance and even make it so that you can control whether it's rocking high performance mode or just like minimal performance. You can so you could save battery. But this one doesn't let you do that. The most it lets you do is go into the display settings, and then that's when you could change it from you could change the adaptive brightness. You can change the colors so that they're adaptive colors like natural or adaptive. You can change it from 60 hertz to 120 as well, but there's nothing that really helps you optimize the overall heat dissipation and, you know, things to that extent, like the thermals or whatever. So I just kind of want to mention that that's the biggest difference when it comes from this thing to like Samsung devices. The main thing this thing will do is give you like security, a lot of good security updates and performance updates, as far as like you're getting updates on here. So it will optimize that, and that's where you'll get the optimization and stuff like that. So I just went into the phone like not too long ago, and I went into the part where it says security and privacy, and as soon as I went into that, I hit the bar which scans it to see if it's optimized, and I got another update on there. So you're gonna get frequent updates on here, and also the bars on the top, on the bottom and the top that you can see right now, it's not, even though it looks like it's a lot thicker than the ones that you would find on the Samsung when it's opened, it doesn't, you forget, you don't even look on the sides of the device ever. So that's not really a big issue for me, because you don't really look on the sides of the device like ever when you're using it. But this thing has a really beautiful display outside and in. It also, I like the fact that the display, when you put it in tent mode or laptop mode, it's not going to give you any keyboards that you can use when gaming. When you put it in the laptop mode, like how Samsung does you could play with the, on the bottom use the joypad, and then on the top you could just see the display. But hopefully they will implement something like that for some of the apps on here. PUBG ran real smooth. The graphics was extremely sharp and accurate. So when I was basically, like playing on this thing, I couldn't complain whatsoever. The display looked gorgeous. The graphics looked nice. That didn't get hot because I had a case on here most of the time. So you don't really feel the heat when you have a case on there, like I mentioned before. But let me know what you guys think about the Google Pixel Fold gaming performance. And if you're still here, just type down below, I'm still here, so I know you're still kicking it with me. And I just want to remind you to hit the like button so we can get this video out to more people. And I'll check you guys later, okay? Later, crew. Peace.